I'm called Wedaira Nelson. I've been the Speaker of the Second General Assembly of Inzu Bamasaaba. Then lately, in the disputed elections of Mike Jude Mudoma, he avoided the structures of Inzu Bamasaaba. Therefore, there was no General Assembly to make a Speaker. But Bamasaaba were so concerned and pushed and elected delegates. The delegates came and gave me again as the Speaker of the Third General Assembly. Unfortunately, when I was elected the third Speaker of the General Assembly, he fired me with the rest of other officers whom we thought were insubordinate to him. That is the tag of meaning you have been hearing of 5 W's. That means Wedaira, Walimbwa, Wabuya, Washagi, Wamimbi Damian. He thinks these people were insubordinate to him. Yet these are the senior Bamasaaba in our cultural institution. And in fact, they are the founders of the cultural institution. Initially, when Mr. Jude Mudoma came to the throne, he wanted to take it as his own. He only wanted to jump on the throne. Then from there, he could do what he wants. Because he wanted to change the setup of Inzu Bamasaaba, calling the Inzu Bamasaaba constitution a sham or something in Marwa group with somebody called him Maserege Richard, who is, we don't know, he stays in Kampala. So we have tried to see that to put him in order. A section of Bamasaaba took the matter to court, and the matter is still in court, where Mudoma has been accused, together with the minister, or rather the Attorney General, for having climbed to the throne fraudulently, because it is claimed his election was not proper. So that matter is pending in court. While we are in the court, this is the man again who sends away the 5 W's, that they are insubordination, because they purported to put up the General Assembly where I was elected the Speaker. Now, the most unfortunate thing which has surprised every Bamasaaba here and as we talk is the change of name of our institution. Our institution is named after 3 big clans of Bamasaaba, that is Mwambu, Wanale, and Mubuya, including our brothers who are across Kenya. Because when you say Inzu Bamasaaba, that one directly you will be including the Bamasaaba of Kenya. These are the Bagisu. If you call it Inzu Bugisu, that means you will have excluded them. Yet we started this thing together with them, and we feel that we should have been done together. This change of name recently, on 8th April, when we read in the Gazette, we found that Inzu Bamasaaba has been changed from Inzu Bamasaaba to Umugoga wa Bugisu. This was done without consultation. Not even the General Assembly, which is the supreme body of the constitution, or rather of Inzu Bamasaaba, that can make laws, that can make decisions. He did it single-handedly. So now in this forum, we have called you such that because we are bitter with what he has done, and we call upon the Minister of Gender. How did she come to change or gazette the name of Inzu Bamasaaba to Inzu Bugisu and Umugoga wa Bugisu without a resolution from any council of Bamasaaba? That is very, very bad, and unfortunately, you find that recently in 2003, when we had some Wrangles in Inzu, the ministry went ahead to gazette him when the matter was still in court, and actually it has not been disposed of, it is still there. But the ministry went ahead to gazette him. And when he gazetted him, the man wants now to, within 1 year or 2, he has again changed from Inzu Bamasaaba to Bugisu Cultural Institution. There we now wonder, has the minister really degazetted Inzu Bamasaaba, or he has gazetted him? Inzu Bamasaaba is there, and also Umugoga wa Bugisu is there, both gazetted, and who is the Muguga of the other? With us, since Mr. Mudoma refused to abide by the Inzu Bamasaaba upon his election, meaning upon his gazettement, that means that he abdicated the throne of Inzu Bamasaaba. With us, we have now put in structures. We have got a General Assembly, which he doesn't want to associate with. When we call a General Assembly, we call a meeting, he goes for security operatives to chase us, to disorganize us. So we cannot know what the ministry was all about to gazette somebody to Inzu Bamasaaba. To gazette somebody in the Mbuga Bamasaaba without the gazetting Inzu Bamasaaba. And why should we do this done Inzu Bamasaaba? We are following our constitution of Inzu Bamasaaba, which is properly gazetted, and they call it a sham. Someone doesn't want to go by it. So now in Inzu Bamasaaba, we know that it stipulates that Umukuga shall go for a term of 5 years. For example, the first Umukuga, when the elders initiated through the board of governors, the promoters, they made a constitution in such a way that each clan of Bamasaaba land goes for 5 years. 5 years, we started with Wanale, that is the late Wamimbi. He was elected in 2010, and now he started work immediately as per the constitution, but was gazetted in 2014. That one didn't matter. When the second Umukuga came to the throne in 2015, he was gazetted in 2018, but he started his work in 2015. Now, when Mudoma 2020, it's when it's purported to have been elected, but now gazetted in 2023, and he wants to start to count his term from 2023, which we are vehemently opposing, and that is, I think, the reason why now he wants to change the name of the institution to make his own out of the elders institution which they strived to get. Elders in Bugisu, like Professor Wadada Nabudele, Chief Justice George Masika, we have got Engineer Darling Sakwa, we have got Canon Dovia Wakilo. Those are the elders in Bamasaaba land who instituted this constitution and who started up Inzu Bamasaaba. How can someone who was elected, we hear he has got some scandals wherever he passes, come again to bring city in the other people's affairs? This Inzu, if he's not aware, if he doesn't want it, please let him abdicate, like he has abdicated. Let him go and we bring in another Mbuga. With us, we want this message to go vehemently to the Minister of Gender and Minister of Gender that the Bamasaaba elders oppose the decision of changing the name of their cultural institution from Inzu Bamasaaba to Bugisu Cultural Institution. That one is not there because we believe we cannot know where the man might have concocted some minutes and given her. I think the minister could have done the best thing to come to Mbale to hear from Bamasaaba other than getting the things on the table. We don't know what happens there. So that's what we are saying. We're now trying to make a petition. It goes to the head of state or the Minister of Constitutional Affairs, and then they will interpret or they will take it to the Attorney General for interpretation. But otherwise, we want this message to go very clearly to the Minister of Gender who have done things in the way they should not be.
Briefly, my colleagues, I don't have much to say. I am by name Situma Damascus Munyanda. I'm a founder member of Inzu Bamasaaba, and I was the first Secretary General of Inzu Bamasaaba who drafted the constitution of Inzu Bamasaaba with the help of lawyers who are our children of the land, already mentioned to you, Nabudele and others. Of course, God has taken some of them. That constitution we have is still valid. It has never, there were some amendments which are contained in here, but we don't have any other constitution of this institution of Inzu Bamasaaba. Inzu Bamasaaba took us time to get that name, uniting all of us. My brother was talking of clans. No, these are lineages. Masaba land is composed of 3 lineages: Mwambu, Mubuya, and Wanare. So we resolved that the name of our institution shall be Inzu Bamasaaba, not any other name. And it was under that name that we elected the first leader of Inzu Bamasaaba. Now the late, I think you know what died. And we used the same constitution to elect the second leader, Umukuka wa Masaba, Mushkori. He also passed away. Now, we came to use the same constitution to elect the third Umukuka, which we did, Wagabyalire. Now, from nowhere, somebody called Mudoma emerged. From nowhere, with his allies. And when he emerged, he designated himself as Umukuka stroke Umuguka. You know, spellings are very funny. Of Bugisu. Umuguka wa Bugisu. This constitution does not talk of Bagisu. Bagisu have got down, or that name has got history, which I'm not going to labor to tell you. Now, the uniting name of Bamasaaba is Bamasaaba. Masaba was the father of Mwambu, the father of Mubuya, the father of Wanare. So those are now lineages, what we call Bikuka, but not clans. We have got 26 clans, plus our brothers and sisters who extended up to Kenya. We are seated with the chairman here. So nobody can come and change or alter this constitution apart from the legal General Assembly. So the General Assembly of now is not led by Mudoma. Now, Mudoma, for reasons best known to himself, liaised with some people from within us. And he liaised also with the Minister of Gender, none other than Mutuzo. We were surprised to learn later that he had been gazetted the Umukuka of Bamasaaba. We wondered where he was elected, only to hear rumors that it was in Mutoto, where we carry out cultural functions of circumcision and so on. So we have a General Assembly which was set up legally according to the Constitution. We were surprised to hear that the minister had gazetted Mudoma as Umukuka. So we got concerned, and this matter has reached His Excellency, the President of Uganda. So the President sent a delegate, the chairman of all kings, or leaders of all cultural institutions in Uganda, and told both sides to meet him and clear that conflict. Mudoma never showed up, and the turn-up was very good. The delegate of the president got proper information and reported back to His Excellency the President. We're surprised why the minister went ahead to gazette a person who was never elected by the General Assembly. As if that was not enough, I got a shock yesterday to hear that they have gone far now to de-gazette the established constitution, and that they have put in place their own constitution. A draft of I had seen talking of Umuguga wa Bugisu. We don't have Umuguga of Bugisu. And the intelligence again of the minister gives me a feeling that this minister is wrong and is doing malicious things, which things the president has been informed. So it is my view today that we have to have a delegation to see the president, tell him openly how the minister is behaving, how he is making errors, and how he is causing confusion and conflict among Bamasaaba. He is the key person causing this confusion. That is the Minister of Gender. I cannot talk about Minister of Constitutional Affairs. That one, Constitution remains Constitution of the nation. Has anybody changed it? So, our brothers who are here, when you report or publish this thing, take it that the gazette or the new gazetting of Bugisu is false. The gazetting of Bugisu as an institution is false, and it is the foundation of Mudoma, who is a self-styled king or Umuguga of Bamasaaba. He's self-styled. So we are here to challenge the so-called gazetting of what? That is constitution. We maintain our constitution. For that matter, we intend even to see the president, to question the minister, to show cause why she has gone ahead to gazette again a new constitution. So all that will be in our discussion. So I think that's the key of the matter. I don't. Okay.
My name is Lilian Mutonyi. I've been in Inzu Bamasaaba Cultural Institution, and I was the second queen, the wife to the late Bob Bushori. So the reason why I'm here today, together with the elders, is because we are really surprised. We are so surprised that the minister came out and displaced our cultural institution's name and gazetted a different thing, whereby they were not consulted. Yet the law is very clear. The law says, according to the Act, every person has a right as applicable to belong to, enjoy, practice, profess, maintain, and promote any culture. Cultural institution, language, tradition, creed, or religion in community with others. And the law is very clear that it's the mandate of the community themselves to decide what they want. So according to us as Bamasaaba, as the promoters started the thing, it was very clear. It was our aspirations and wishes that we put up an institution and call it Inzu Bamasaaba. So, but we are really surprised that the minister has connived with Mr. Mudoma to change our cultural institution. So whatever the minister has done is illegal. It's null and void. And as we talk now, we are preparing to sue the minister for whatever she's doing, because the minister has really costed us so much. She has been the lead of this confusion in Bugisu. We've not settled just because the Minister of Gender has not really supported us so much. We've put in complaints about this, the cultural institution. about Mr. Mudoma, but the minister does not respond to what we say. So according to the Gazette of the institution of the Umubuga or Bugisu or Umukuka or Bagisu, for us, as we speak now, we shall not associate ourselves with Mr. Mudoma. And we are calling upon all Bamasaaba to not to associate with Mr. Mudoma. If he is creating his own institution, let him go to his home. For us, we are Bamasaaba. We want Inzu Masaba. So the minister should decide if she's creating an institution for Mudoma, let Mudoma go out. Let's have two institutions because anyway, it's okay. We can have two institutions. We can have Inzu Masaba. At the same time, Mudoma can have his, because he's struggling to be the king, and we shall not associate ourselves with him. Thank you.
As of the press, I will say you are welcome, because this was a very short program inviting you in this meeting. We have been injured seriously as Bamasaaba. We have been defiled as Bamasaaba. We have been annoyed. That is why we are here today on a quick note. I will not go far. When I talk of the defilement, I'm looking at the statement of the minister saying she's correcting errors. I'm coming direct and straight to the Gazette. When we formed into an association cultural institutions, it was thoroughly searched and investigated and decided. Now, who told the minister that we erred? That is our question now. Who tells the minister that we are in an erred institution? Because to have a cultural institution, it means it is the wishes and aspiration. And the issue of her statement calling us that traditional should follow by tribes, it is a lie. Our tribe is Bamasaaba. The Bagisu name, it was just a nickname. I take that seriously, that Bagisu, Ngisu was the name, Bagisu came from the word Ngisu. And Bamasaaba came from the name of Kuka, or the grandfather of the Bamasaaba, who is Masaba. So we never erred to say that we are the sons or the grands and grands of Masaba. Let her take it that we never erred. I come up with this. Sometime back, 2020, someone in the names of Masereke, who is now the one spearheading this, and he's the so-called Attorney General of Mudoma. He came up and filed this petition to court. He wanted to nullify the Inzu Masaba so that he becomes the architecture of what they call
mention the name of that petition, the number and the year.
The number of the petition was 2020 and dismissed in the court of law. The person who was petitioning was Richard Masereke, who is now the current Attorney General of Inzu, and suing Attorney General, suing Umukuka Wenzu Masaba, and suing Bamasaaba, Inzu Masaba. So the result of this, we are not surprised, because the person who filed the petition, who wanted to impose us to be the Bagisu, are the same results which has come in the era of saying we are correcting. Now let me finalize, because the petition is here and the order is here, I've shown you, the court of law dismissed. They were praying that the name should be Bugisu, but the court said no. That means Bamasaaba never erred. If the court had dismissed the name of Bugisu, and now someone in the name of a minister saying it will Bamasaaba erred, it is wrong. Let me summarize with this. This is the current stand of Bamasaaba now. The current attempt to defile Inzu Bamasaaba, the minister reacted negatively to the above schedule. As a result, a new strategy was urged to use the means of Inzu Bamasaaba to kill it. Someone was doing it to kill the name of Inzu Bamasaaba. There is what we call it, a team. We may call it a team, just with a plan to kill. We have what they say, the culture 2011 culture, leaders culture and whatever. It doesn't give a minister the right to correct, the right to change, the right to do anything. But it goes with the aspiration and whatever. Now these people, they are hiring the malice to say that the minister is correcting. We don't know where the minister got the mandate to correct the name, because the people who initiated, who established, who formed the Inzu would have been the right to say, no, let us correct, because here we were erred. But the coming up of the minister saying that he's correcting Bamasaaba to be Bagisu, she's wrong. And from this meeting, well, you have come more earlier, but this meeting is to be attended by several people from Kampala, from elsewhere. They are coming to compete and to see that the minister is petitioned, and we are taking the matter to the Minister of Constitution, because it is the Minister of Constitution which would handle the issues of the minister properly and address it. Whether the minister had the right to change without the consent of the owner, or whether the minister was influenced. And by the way, the government of Uganda and the Supreme Constitution, it has limited the political interference in the cultural institution. And this is a direct interference, because the minister coming up without the request and without the petition of the members, coming in and changing without the owners of the Constitution, that is political interference. So in summary, we are not happy with the minister who did this, but we are still having it. We are planning to reach the parliament. Already we have reached our petition is in parliament. We have reached our petition is in the Ministry of Constitutional Affairs. We are putting it to the minister as per this petition. After from this meeting, we shall put it to him rightly, without fear. Thank you. You are welcome. We have a lot, but we wanted to summarize that the training issue was putting us to a different corner, saying correcting. We don't have errors. So we are for Bamasaaba. We are denied to be for subject to the Bugisu Cultural Institution.